Sorry, I've got a cold. So I may be a little flu today. This is JJ, and I'm reviewing a book that pretty much I don't think anybody else has reviewed this yet, but I feel it should be reviewed. It's called the Age, Play, and Diaper Fetish Handbook. I got it off eBay. I think it was about on eBay Australia. It was about $24 or $25 or something. Kind of just like a little bit pricey, but I think they had a Kindle version which was much cheaper. So anyway, basically this book's written by somebody called Miss Penny Barber, who I think's like a prominent BDSM slash, age player. Anyway, basically the rundown on this book is that it describes all the main points of the ABDL lifestyle, and it's one of the good things about it. I want to list the good points and the bad points here, so I kind of give a fair overview of it. One of the good points of it is that you'll see that everything's kind of clearly marked out. There we go. We have Part 1, Introduction, Part 2, Roles, Part 3 is on diapers, Part 4 is just age play, and Part 5 is something I don't really agree with, but it's BDSM and age play, which I find really kind of strange. For all this book's good points, there seems to be an overlying theme of BDSM and kind of overbearing sexuality, which I know probably isn't in all books, but I was just a little let down it was in this one. Anyway, and there's parts in it. The other thing that kind of lets me down about this book is, even though it covers a pretty broad range of topics there and gives a pretty good definition, there are a lot of bits in it which are very technical. I'll give you an example. This is under the appeal heading, where she describes the appeal of it. There are many dimensions to the joys of being regressed or regressing another. Fair enough. And no one aspect makes the scene. Also fair enough. They are simply focus points. Hence the overall whole appeal lies in the connections between every aspect of play. That's cool and all, but couldn't they have put that in a more simple manner? Kind of, I don't know, mapped it out, put it in simpler words. And that's what irks me about this book. It does get a little technical, and it tries to use too many intellectual words to describe what could easily be put in a simple sentence. Which is not to say that's a bad thing. It's just to say that I think it would be a little better if they simplified it a little. This part's pretty cool, but I still don't agree with some of the things they've got down here. It's got a chart, and it basically lists a lot of known fetishes on a scale from 0 to 5, and like you can mark them down in which order you're attached to them. But since it's the age, play, and diaper fetish handbook, I really don't see the reason for things like caning, corporal discipline, lingerie, hypnosis, maybe, but, you know, gags. As I said, there's an overlying theme of like BDSM and bondage in this book, which I really don't get. Maybe that's just because of the author's background or personal experience, but I just don't think it should be included. It's helpful, but maybe there could have been like a companion book to this one. And maybe it should have said something about that in the title or in the blurb, which it didn't. There's another part here where it's excuses for having diapers around the house. They're left over from a late grandparent. Sometimes adults have accidents too, but that's private matter. They accidentally came when I ordered something online. I just never returned them. You know, I could think of a lot of kind of other things that they could have listed there. A lot of probably more convincing things. And, you know, or just like a simple stay out of my personal life that they could have put there. Granted, you know, it's not a bad list, but still. And they have what's probably an outdated list of diapers in here. I mean, like Abena Antiform, Athens, Bambino. I don't think it's not outdated, but I just don't think they rate them fairly. You know, they put the prices are a little off. How they rate them in price is a little off, and yeah. But how they rate them in cuteness is probably pretty correct. So, anyway, I don't think I'd really recommend this book. I mean, it's something pretty. It's something that's probably good to have around the house, but I wouldn't recommend paying $25 for it. You know, I'd recommend like getting the Kindle version and paying $10, maybe $15. You know, it's got a lot of good advice in it, but for every bit of good advice, there's something to be irked about. So, yeah. That being said, this is the first age play and diaper fetish book that I ended up buying, and I really wish I went with another one. So, I'll probably will get another one, and it'll probably be a much more positive review of that. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Age Play and Diaper Fetish Handbook. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.